Congratulations on the victory. I think, when people sign up to fight Edson Barboza, they kind of know what to expect. A lot of leg kicks, a lot of flashy stuff in there, but it seems like you had him scouted out pretty well. So I guess, how did the fight play out in there compared to, the game plan expectations?
Exactly how I thought what it was going to be. I just felt like I was a little behind on my offense, you know what I mean? I could have been a little bit more offensive. I think I could have got him out of there. Kind of went to his pace instead of dictating, my pressure and just putting it on him. But I think I did a good job seeing everything, you know what I mean? I think he might have kicked me a couple good times, but other than that, but they weren't like anything devastating.
Why do you think you were fighting at his pace? Was it something he was doing to just get in there? And
Just those kicks, you know what I mean? I was just thinking about those kicks, and then I tried to hit him with his own little fucking spin wheel kick at the beginning, so I was like, fuck, maybe I'll get him out with his own move.
Had a bit of a somersault there at the
Yeah,
end.
oh, yeah, I thought of Justin Gaethje on that one.
It seems like you found a lot of success with that right hand every time you threw it, too. Is that something you also scouted out, or you just kind of see that worked?
Fuck, he's 39 years old. You know what I mean? You get slower. And it was just there, you know what I mean? I have a pretty quick, too. And if you look at all my fights, that's the only fucking punch I really throw, so.
And, guys like Edson, they've been fighting for so long in multiple weight classes. There's so much tape on guys. And, Izzy said one time, like when he fought Anderson Silva, he had watched so much tape on this guy that it was kind of surreal seeing it in front of him, what he had seen watching his fights over the years. Did you have any experience, anything like that with Edson?
Be honest, I watched zero tape on him. I let my coaches watch the tape and have my training partners simulate him. You know what I mean? I did that before where I would watch people's tape, and that just got in my head. I'm just thinking about them instead of executing my game plan. If my coach did a great job at scouting them out and having all my teammates do those things, so it worked out perfect.
In terms of your own career, back in the win column, so I guess what do you want for the rest of the year to look like? Do you want another fight, or is there at some point you start looking at names in this division?
Man, every time I call out a name, I get someone totally different. You know what I mean? I'm not going to call out anyone anymore. You know what I mean? I would love to still get that Benil fight back. Like anyone I really lost to, I'll fight Joel again, anyone, you know what I mean? When I fought Joel Alvarez, my brother had got murdered, 4 months prior. And going into that fight, like right when I was walking out, I start crying, you know what I mean? Like I had a great camp, but I wasn't there mentally. And, I wouldn't change anything, I'm glad I went through that and those emotions, but this win was for my brother, my big brother. Barboza was actually one of his favorite fighters, so, yeah, so I know my brother's up there looking down on me right now.
Did you tell him that after the fight?
I did tell him that, so.
This is your 10th UFC win tonight. I know, on this journey of being here, you don't really get to stop and reflect on the moments and stuff, but that's a nice benchmark to get to. Not many fighters are here long enough to have 10 fights, let alone 10.
I was hoping to get, I think the last fight I was going for, what was it, the clinch record? The clinch record.
Yeah.
Hopefully I got it this time, so.
Yeah,
I guess all those foot stomps, yeah, I fucking definitely got it.
Yeah, I guess what does it mean to you to get that 10th UFC win tonight?
Dude, a lot of people can't say they got 10 wins in the UFC. And for me, I still feel like the little poor kid from South Haven, Michigan. You know what I mean? I don't feel like I'm anyone special. Just to be able to do this in the UFC, it's amazing.
All right, right back here. You described this as this fight was coming like the perfect moment, right? And you're getting 10th UFC win against a big name like Edson Barboza. This kind of seems to like reset you, right, a little bit in your spot in the division. Now you can just look forward and ahead. What do you want next? Like do you want just some? I know you said anytime you call somebody out, you don't get them.
Yep. I was talking to my coach. I went on a 2-fight win streak. I lost. Then I went on a 3-fight win streak. I lost. I went on a 4-fight win streak and I lost. So tonight is I'm gonna start my 5. So.
And then fighting someone you respect, someone that you've watched for a long time. Did you have to get that out of your head before you got in the cage? I got to
No. You know what I mean. I wanted to take everything that he worked for. You know what I mean. He built a name for himself, and I wanted to go out there and put him on my resume.
Thank you.
Drakkar over here. Congrats on the win. You and Jared Cannonier represent the MMA lab tonight. You're 37 years young, but he's 41 and still one of the best in the world. Has he taught you anything about longevity and, staying fit for this long?
Yeah, man, Jared, dude, he takes care of his body, you know what I mean? And he does all the right things outside of camp. He's always in the gym. He's always giving back. And, last time me and Jared fought on the same card, we both won. So he's definitely about to get that victory tonight.
And you and Jared have spent a lot of time training together. What's your best moment with him?
Be honest, like when we're cutting weight, like, on these trips and just, when we're both at our fucking weakest moments, you know what I mean? Just getting to spend that time with him.